Have you ever noticed how some people seem to make smart financial decisions so naturally? They don't constantly talk about investments, don't seem obsessed with money, and often don't even show signs that they are building wealth. From the outside, it looks like they just got lucky. But there is a much more interesting possibility. What if the real difference isn't the amount of money they have, but how they view small, everyday decisions? The most curious thing is that many of these people don't even realize they think differently. To them, these behaviors are as normal as brushing their teeth. As you watch this video, try to identify how many of these signs are part of your own mindset. You might discover that you are much closer to a wealth-building mindset than you imagine. The first behavior is almost invisible. People who build wealth tend to automatically ask, "What will this bring me in the future?" While most people look only for immediate pleasure, they see consequences. Before buying, spending, or accepting an opportunity, they mentally fast forward a few months or even years. That simple pause completely changes the quality of their decisions. Because wealth rarely comes from impulsive choices, it grows when the future plays a role in present-day decisions. Now think about this. Have you noticed how some people aren't impressed by expensive items? They can admire a beautiful car or a luxury watch without feeling the need to own it right away. This happens because they've trained their brains to distinguish between want and need. While many people buy things to get an emotional rush, those with a strong financial mindset look for utility, value, and long-term impact. This small mental filter prevents countless purchases that seem important for only a few minutes. There is another interesting behavior. They ask questions before making decisions. They don't buy something just because someone recommended it. They don't invest just because it's trendy. They don't follow the crowd simply because everyone else is doing the same thing. They want to understand. They ask how things work, what the risks and benefits are, and what could go wrong. This curiosity safeguards more money than any magic formula. After all, smart decisions almost always begin with smart questions. Now, here's a detail that hardly anyone notices. People with a strong financial mindset aren't afraid to wait. They understand that not every opportunity needs to be seized immediately. The market constantly creates a sense of urgency. Promotions end today. Offers expire in a few hours. New product launches seem unmissable. Yet, those who learn to wait discover a powerful truth. If a decision stops making sense after a few days, perhaps it never made sense in the first place. Another behavior might even seem odd. They don't measure wealth solely by the money coming in. They pay far more attention to the money that stays. Many people celebrate salary raises while increasing their spending at the same pace. Financially savvy people ask a different question. How much of this money will still be mine a year from now? This shift in perspective completely transforms how income is managed. There is also a quiet trait. They love continuous learning, not because they lack knowledge, but because they understand that the world changes rapidly. The economy shifts, opportunities evolve, technology advances. Those who believe they already know everything stop growing at the very moment they should be evolving the most. Financially strong individuals treat knowledge as an investment that never stops yielding returns. Now consider another scenario. Do you know anyone who rarely tries to impress others? While many people spend money to appear successful, those with a wealth-building mindset tend to do the exact opposite. They understand that appearances might grab attention for a few seconds, but quiet wealth can provide freedom for decades. That is why they often appear much more unassuming than their actual means might suggest. Another habit develops almost unnoticed. They analyze mistakes without turning them into a source of guilt. Bought something bad? They learn. Made a bad investment? They learn. Spent impulsively? They learn again. Instead of protecting their ego, they protect their capacity to grow. This flexibility turns every financial mistake into a lesson rather than a pattern repeated for a lifetime. Now comes a game-changing difference. People with a wealth mindset view time as a financial resource. They understand that money can be recovered, but time cannot. That is why they avoid wasting hours on trivial decisions that make no difference and instead invest their energy in what can truly improve their lives, their income, or their skills. They know that protecting their time is also a way of protecting their wealth. There is another extremely powerful behavior. They feel satisfaction when they see progress, however small. They don't wait until they're millionaires to celebrate. Saving a little extra this month, paying off a debt, investing for the first time, or simply spending more consciously counts as a victory. This type of reward reinforces positive habits and creates a cycle of growth that becomes increasingly natural. Now, take a moment to reflect. How many of these behaviors did you recognize in yourself? You may have realized that thinking like someone who is financially strong doesn't mean being born rich, winning the lottery, or discovering some hidden secret. It means developing small ways of viewing money that most people simply never learn. They are subtle decisions. They are almost invisible habits. Yet, when repeated over years, they produce vastly different results. And perhaps that is the greatest secret of all. People who build wealth don't always realize they are doing something special. They simply think in a way that protects the future rather than sacrificing it for the present. True financial advantage doesn't begin when your bank account grows. It begins when your mindset shifts. Because all great wealth stems from small decisions repeated every day. Now, I'd like to hear from you. How many of these behaviors are part of your life? Write the number in the comments and tell me which one stood out to you the most. If this video changed the way you view money, please hit the like button so more people can discover how small shifts in thinking can completely transform their financial future. And be sure to subscribe to the channel. In upcoming videos, we'll explore other invisible patterns that distinguish those who merely earn money from those who truly learn to build lifelong wealth. See you in the next video.